And welcome once again to Vampire the Requiem, a light-hearted game where absolutely nothing scary happens.
Except for my beard.
So, coming into it once again, shall everybody introduce themselves and their characters? Starting with Andy.
Well, I am Andy, Warped Films, and I am playing Ragtag, the Nosferatu, who is every day asking how he got wrapped up in all this.
Arshes.
Hey, I'm Ashes. Today I will be playing the lovable idiot, Alex Trest, who is, let's say, just being himself and probably irritating the party members as he does so.
And Nick, how are you?
I am good. I am playing Arthur Stanton, the maquette with very, very good eyesight.
And Tyler, how are you?
Carter is doing well. He is a reliable gangrel, if that's a thing, that trying to keep these group of suicidal maniacs alive.
That's going to have some trouble in possibly the next 2 hours.
Well, it
But,
depends on whether or not we let Alex be the showrunner for his job.
All right.
My plans have always been sound. It's just that nobody listens to my plans, and they keep doing whatever it is they want to do, despite clear instructions to sit there and wait for orders to do things. Except Alex, who actually hey, I need a distraction. Okay.
It's scary when it's possibly Alex is possibly the most level-headed character in the group.
He walked away when I told him the distraction was over, and that was even more impressive.
Yeah.
True.
Character development.
All right. So, to recap from the last episode, you all had done some investigating around the docks and ran into quite the little monster. It sent you all onto that had to force you all into an alternative route to get the information you were looking for. And following on from that, you found out that one of your havens is now compromised, and spoke with the Prince of Detroit and Loki about some issues that Detroit had in its past.
In some dots and making everyone, including Loki, freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is bad.
So, we now open up on the next night, where one of you has a very interesting task to do. Where are you all currently?
Well, did we know where the task had to be taking place? Because, like I said, this is Alex's job that he just told us, that he basically signed us up for. So, what were we told about it?
Wait, what day of the week is it first?
It is Wednesday.
And we're
Okay.
meeting the werewolves on Friday night, so 2 more days.
Yes.
Yeah, on Thursday I have a family reunion.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about you. He puts his arm around Nick, Nick, Arthur. He goes, but we got a job to do. Let's do this thing. And he slaps him hard on the back and walks forward.
Yeah.
And with that,
Unfortunately, I had taken me and Alex have been strange bedfellows since his haven is compromised, unfortunately.
but at that point, when he slaps you in the back and says, "Let's do this," he's actually going to use his new ability, which is called inspiring.
Oh, nice.
And 4 successes. I believe that will grant everyone within earshot who is assisting Alex, which is namely Ragtag, Arthur, and Tyler, regain 1 spent point of willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So-
nice. We get our willpower back, right? Or
Yes. For sleeping, yes. But in a mechanical standpoint, treat this as you have 1 temporary extra point of willpower.
okay.
Now, if Alex had gotten 5, I would have increased that to 2.
Damn, I'll have to increase my persuasion next. Actually, how much willpower? What's willpower gained by?
Willpower is gained mechanically in scenes by committing an act that falls to either your virtue or vice. If you commit an act that falls in line with your virtue, you regain all of your willpower. If you commit an act that falls in line with your vice, you gain 1 willpower. Unless you're a Deva, at which point, if you do not follow through on actions that conform to your willpower, to your vice, you have issues.
Mm.
You start losing willpower.
So, I believe just for the sake of keeping this PG, Arthur probably heard some rather interesting noises last night.
Squeaking.
Yeah, pretty much. Because Alex's vice is sex and romance.
The bard of the group, everyone.
Like,
Okay.
Now we've also learned that can be the rogue. Anybody
Sure.
can make, those choices.
Both.
what's the willpower cap?
Your willpower cap is your wits plus your composure.
Composure. I'm not a musician just yet.
Let me see your sheet real fast. That way I can
So
help you
that-
out.
So we start off.
No, my willpower is at 5. So I got composure 3, wits 2.
Oh, it's sorry, it's resolve plus
Right.
composure.
So I regain 1, and I
Right.
and so I got my willpower at 6.
Right. I was about to say, damn, I had a lot of willpower all this time and I never knew.
Sorry, that was my mistake. It's resolve and willpower. Hey, it's resolve and composure. Wow.
No, it's fine.
English number 1.
Right. I was like, damn, where was.
Yeah.
No worries.
You said I needed to roll for humanity.
Yes.
What do I roll for that?
You need to roll let me check. I do believe it is 3 dice for a level 7 break.
Okay. And I don't add any sort of modifier to that?
No.
One success.
All right. So, describe how you feel remorse for your action of stealing.
I would say it's more like I just don't care because, like, hey, I went through effort not to murder these pathetic individuals, so they just mean less to me.
Oh, so you don't feel remorse.
No.
Okay. All right. Do
I
you
could
want to
have
just
gone
take
through there and slaughtered everybody.
All right. Do you want to take the do you want to take the hit to your humanity then and drop down to 6?
Yeah, I'll just
And
do
then roll
that.
me and roll me 6 dice not to get a derangement.
Okay.
Oh, no.
6 successes.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a
What
lot
the-
of 10s.
Holy shit.
That's 5 10s.
Well,
Yeah.
That's 5 10s off of 1 die. Wow. all 5 of your success all 6 of your successes are off of 1 die. Wow.
Well,
Like I said, I
I think
went
there's
through
an 8 there,
effort
but yeah,
not
that was
to kill
ridiculous.
these people or not to break their fragile minds. They should be thanking me for my efforts.
Well, nice to know you, Ragtag. Without roll, you can roll shit for the rest of the game.
How's Red Tag not Invictus? Because that is such an Invictus thing to say.
It's
Like,
also a
you
very
guys should be bowing before me. But no.
No, I didn't say they should bow before me. I said they should be thankful for, how much I did to protect them right then. Because let's be honest, Ragtag has the strength to just. I could have just walked right in there, knocked the guy out, and taken everything I want. But no, I went through effort to make sure that I was quiet and discreet, and all we did was have one little scuffle with Alex. So, if anything, I was doing them more of a favor. So I will gladly take that hit to my humanity, because, like I said, if all I did was steal a piece of paper, big deal.
The XT will note that. Okay. So, Arshes, what is the task before you? And do you remember what information you were given concerning it?
Well, we have to go on down some people murdering some people, and possibly deal with them. Not can't remember what the details were. Kind of distracted by this really hot blonde with a big rack.
You at least get the person's number.
Checks his phone.
Oh, seeing as
So?
they gave it to you verbally, you don't have them.
Well, fuck. I would have assumed that Alex punched it in. He's
All right.
Alex takes out his phone, contacts the guy. That's what he's got. Him say that as the guy. Hello.
1 second here while I check my voice real fast. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
So-
it's me.
So, what have you found the person?
That's the thing. We had about to start the job. I was wondering if we could get a little more detail on the information. Like any particular place they were hunting.
They were hunting out near the docks. They tend to go for younger, more athletic types. In
How
regards
young?
to
How
around
young?
around about 18 to 25.
Okay, so only one broken leg, not two broken legs and castration.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, either way, they just we need to figure out who it is. That way we can properly handle them. So if you can find that for us, we can definitely deal with that.
Sounds good, mate. I'll get back to you when we have more information.
All right. Thank you very much.
Alexi out.
Bye.
Right. Guess what? We have to go back to the docks.
Mm,
Apparently they're only around. It's freaking nuts. Only around there.
That just raises more questions
Yeah.
and concerns.
Well,
All right.
no use bitching about it now. Let's go.
You think there will be a scuffle?
Well, more than likely, maybe more than likely, but let's just try and deal with this peacefully. Like, find out the information and get the information back to them. If
No,
skulls have to be cracked, then skulls will be cracked.
You do know they're breaking pretty strict rules, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to be feeding in others' territory; it's another to be killing.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know much, but I know that, and I do. If we can get them back without having to bust skulls, so the higher authorities can deal with them, then so be it. But if he resists, I will break his legs.
Yeah, remember, stake in the heart, probably the easiest.
But not as fun. With that, Alex hops in the car
Well, fine.
So where is the area we're going to?
around the docks.
So
That's
like,
that's all they said. Don't think they could pinpoint it down more than that. So we've got a bit of area to cover.
oh, very well.
I have
I
some
told you,
contacts.
Alex.
I can give them a call. So I'm actually going to ring up some people at the dock, see if they've heard about any deaths in the neighborhood from people, and where like 18 to 25-year-olds like to hang out in the neighborhood that are like fitter.
All right.
All right. Can you roll me a charisma plus persuasion plus your contacts roll? Try and get the information.
Charisma?
Yes.
Manipulation, presence, or
Yeah.
composure.
Manipulation. Manipulation
Okay.
plus persuasion plus contacts. And that one's for Carter.
Can I use willpower on this?
Yes, you can.
One success.
So, yeah, your guy knows of a club down by the docks is frequented by some of the university students. Bit of a dive, known for a bit of drug activity. Few people have gone there, ended up missing, but mainly it's just a seedy place that the dock workers themselves don't want to go to just because there's too many university students going in there.
So Alex
So-
is basically home turf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, looks like we found the guy's hunting ground at least.
Well, let's
So,
go. CD part of ho.
Yeah, you want me to hunt around the outside, see if I can pick up on anything?
Yeah, sounds good. Also, Ragtag,
Hmm.
you stick to the shadows, keep your eyes open. If anything's untoward, give us a text.
I should point out
Right.
that for Arthur's sake, I have been holding up a mannequin head with a hat and glasses on it this whole time because he's the only person who just ignores my existence on a regular basis. So I want him to know. So that head just starts to nod.
Alex chuckles. Well,
I'm so tempted to use that new discipline, but I'm not going to.
well, Arthur, not sure how you feel about this, but we are going to be the ones going into the bar.
I'm actually good in crowds. People tend to forget my existence in crowds, so that's even better.
Sorry, who said that?
Me?
Oh, there you are.
Remember, you have to pay rent because your place is compromised.
Hey, I offered to hook you up with some hot chicks, but you said no.
Well, if I were able to use them, to feed or use them as sacrifices for my rituals, that's okay.
Like,
But
I
you were
feel
kind of
like-
against that.
True. I'd have to speak to a few of my special friends for that.
I mean, I don't know what's the idea. I even have an altar and everything. It's all set up, ready to go. Preparations are
Yeah.
done.
Don't worry. Like, I'm sure I can speak to a few of my special lady friends, and they will help, long as they don't die from it.
I can guarantee that.
No, don't. You
Anyways.
can't. Anyway, task at hand.
Very true. Kyle, do we need a roll for Vitae? In case that's
Yes.
needed?
Yes, roll 1d10. Add in your haven location and herd.
Okay.
Thank-
What is, since Alex's haven is compromised? Would he be rolling
You can-
off?
You'd still roll the 1d10, still add in your haven location, add in any dots of herd that you have as well to the result, and then
Okay, so it's 1d10 plus 5.
yes, and then anybody who has coil of the blood, add in the dots of the coil of the blood that you have.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. So that's a. So I rolled a 9. So that's going to be 14 points of VT.
Well, your maximum is 11, so you've overfed by 3. You
Apparently,
lusty
I am
man.
on a fasting time because I rolled
Cool.
0.
Mm-mm.
7.
What's the actual result of the die?
Hold on a second. Let me take another look at it. All right, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1.
No. It's take the result from the 1d10 and then add in the dots.
Oh, okay.
of everything.
Okay.
Let me re-roll
Sorry.
then, because I don't know which one of the, like, I told it the modifier was 4.
No, you're just rolling dice. No, you roll a d10.
Yeah, I just rolled
You-
a
you-
d10. I'm taking that and I'm adding my number to it now.
Mhm.
So that'll be 7.
Okay.
Do I need a reroll there? Because I rolled, I think it was 2d10, but if not, I could take the lower of the 2 or whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, re-roll it.
All right.
So for me, 7 was my vitae, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So. Oh, Carter. Carter.
I still have 5. It's fine.
Okay, good. You're a bit peckish, but you're not running the risk of anything right now.
Well, that's why you invest in Haven and Herd. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So that number I add points in Haven location, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you just train yourself to feed on animals and then you just raise rats, you're always full.
No, I prefer my Arum.
Well-
Far more fun feeding.
Yep, but I don't have to risk getting everybody ticked off at me.
Great risk, great reward.
Hey Carter, you look a little bit gaunt, even for you. You doing okay?
Couldn't find any real good prey last night, but my Herd took care of it. I'm not that starved.
All right.
I'm gonna be
Well,
hunting.
like,
Do you want me to be inside with you guys or hunting around outside? How busy is this area and how well lit is it?
If you guys are already heading there, I can give you the description.
yes,
Yeah.
please.
Definitely
Yeah.
what we're heading to now.
The area is very well lit. It's got street lights burning in phosphorescent orange. In and of itself is very much cool.
You can't hear.
Oh.
We'll
Can
cut
you
there
not-
for a second.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear when I press this?
No. No.
Very brief.
Yeah.
So. Now?
Not hearing anything.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, that didn't work.
Say la vie.
Yep. Okay. The area around is very much urbanized and just on the side of the industrial area. Orange fluorescent street lights burn in the night, lighting up the area in their harsh light, which cast the shadows of the teens and mid 20-year-olds who go in and out of this dank low level club in long shadows. You can see hints of tattoos and scrawl work on exposed arms and legs, rebellious markings against overly attentive parents at some point. But all in all, the area seems very much just running with the signs that it's more kind controlled than anything else. Human influence here, not the omnipresent sort of down spiral of feeling that comes with an area that's vampirically controlled to the hilt.
You see this big grin on Alex's face as he sees his face. Well, when this is all over, I know where I'll be hanging out.
You look oddly cheerful, Alex. Should we be worried?
Nah. This sort of place reminds me of home.
Oh, nostalgia.
Yeah, at this little dive bar I used to go to back in London. Similar to this, a little more dank, but yeah.
You
I'm
you
just
see that Arthur's like very surprised that Alex actually remembers something from before his embrace.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. This seems a pretty well marked area. Are we sure the people we're working for are actually the ones that are we working for the right people, or are we being pulled into something different? And how would we confirm that this area is actually owned by the right? Like, I just want to make sure we're not like actually being played for something.
Look around. Good question. Maybe look around for any vamps. See what you can dig up.
What's the person you talk to? If we can find them and they're here, then that's a really good explanation. That I just don't want to make sure we're not
A
actually
storyteller based on like just rumors and I mean to me this feels like sort of a streetwise type of thing. Do I know anything?
Yeah, you do. This area is contested. Um, very heavily contested among the Carthians and the Ordo. Mainly because of the fact that the Ordo like it for its closeness to the docks. That way, they can try and get members in a different route from the O'Hare Airport, which is Carthian controlled. But legally, nobody fully holds it.
Okay, so I assume we were having that Tyler, this was or Carter, this was something you were bringing up to the whole group. So
Yeah, definitely.
I will share that. No, there's no one who rightfully holds this space. They're kind of fighting over it, but it doesn't belong to one group.
But
Alex, stop.
Even worse, I think that doesn't really help.
But still, these whole death things have become quite public. So you better, even if it isn't to deal with someone hunting another ground, maybe dealing with this before shit really hits the fan.
Well,
'Cause-
killing still isn't allowed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
at the very least, figuring
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
But again, don't, because of the simple fact that it's contested, don't assume any vampire you see is guilty.
Storyteller,
guilty.
where we are, from the location where we are, how far is it from the place we saw we did that job for this woman of the Lance about the drug deal where that murder took place? Is it that far?
It's it is about a good 10-15 minute drive away from there.
Okay, so not too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Arthur, I've got a question for you. Is your Auspex up?
Yep. I, I'm gonna say actually at this moment voluntarily no, because we haven't started our operation.
Well then, Carter, do you want to give me a Wits plus investigation roll? because this is going to be something very specific that can only be picked up if you're a gangrel or if you have auspex.
Shit. I knew it.
Oh, wits plus investigation.
Yep.
I'm going to use a willpower on that. 2 successes.
As you're kind of doing a slight patrol with whoever you're with, you catch a scent, a very heady, musky blood scent.
Something's over here. Which direction is it? Is it into the
It's
alleys?
yeah, it's coming from the alleyways.
Follow me.
So
Pick up the
if
scent.
I'm with Carter, then and he says that, I will activate Auspex at that point.
And,
Yeah.
am I with everyone else, or do I have to do a quick call?
It depends who all would be with Carter.
Well, I mean, from the way I took it, we like literally just got here and we were still going over our game plan. So I kind of took it that we were all still together, figuring out how we were going to investigate.
I was of the same mind.
Same.
All right, so you guys are all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arthur, once you put up auspex, you can notice the smell as well. It's heavy and it smells like coagulated blood. And it doesn't smell like normal human blood to either of you. This is very heavily musky.
Werewolf or kindred?
Kindred.
All right.
Fuck.
Like a bloodhound, I will follow the scent.
I will follow with fists in tow.
As we wander into the alleys, I assume there's no mortals or humans around.
No, it's almost like they subconsciously seem to drift away from there.
All right, when we get in deep enough that no humans are gonna follow, it looks like I stumble for a second as I fall forward, and my clothes melt into myself. And where Carter was standing is a large wolf, black as the night, with red eyes.
Who's a good boy? Scratch the bone, yeah.
It kind of snaps at you quickly, and it's gonna
Yeah,
it's gonna stand in the air and start following.
Okay, digging the new look. This way, Scooby. And he walks, trying to ignore the hulking freaking wolf behind him.
All right.
I'm just
Carter.
going to start blending into the shadows.
All of a sudden you hear Alex singing Bad Moon Rising as he walks the wolf.
I'm now 10 feet behind them.
So many references.
Carter, now that you're in your wolf form, you smell this more readily. And it's heavy and it's heady. And the scent of it drifting through the area leads both you and Arthur, because of his heightened senses, to a wall. And the scent seems to be wafting down from somewhere up high on the wall. But in the darkness, you can't see what's actually causing it.
Can we see if there are any ways up there?
Yes, there is a fire escape that is attached to one side. The ladder is actually hanging down, like as if somebody has been able to access it.
I'll go take a look up there.
I think, sure.
Alex spends a blood point and zooms up there with celerity.
I am actually going to. Can I re-roll my perception to see if I hear anything in the area with my
Yes.
impressive hearing?
Yes, you can.
Phew, that's pretty good. 5 successes.
You hear off in the distance. Did that come across?
A wolf with a stutter.
Yeah, it did. Was that a? Would I know if that's a werewolf or just a wolf?
That sounded like just a wolf.
How
Which
far
should
away?
already be a concern inside of a city.
Yeah, how far away is it?
From your hearing and how well you did on that, it's about a mile away.
I look at Carter. Should we?
My ears kind of twitch and I growl as I kind of.
What's that? What's that, lassie? Jimmy Fallon and Noel?
I can I actually talk in this form or no?
No, you can't.
Okay, I'm gonna paw out. Is the ground like concrete? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's concrete.
I'm gonna do kind of a line, then I'm gonna kind of write out kind of in large things with my paw 1 mile, and then I kind of point in the direction with my nose, and I kind of low howl like.
Okay, I will.
Good.
I imagine
boy.
that Alex is about to start climbing this wall, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna slap Alex on the ass and say, "Get him a run."
Hey! You have to pay for that privilege. It pops down.
You just have to pay rent.
So
That's how I pay.
We're investigating the wolf scent then.
Seems like it.
Or are you looking up top to see if there's a vampire body up there?
Well, we don't know about the wolf scent. We just know 1 mile that direction.
Tell you what, I'm gonna go up there and check from the rooftops. Yeah, and I'll follow you from up high.
I nod to that and I start moving quickly, but not trying to outrun everyone else in the direction I heard the howl.
Alex zooms up and zooms up, checks what you can see before he moves on to the next roof.
All right, I'll follow through the fire escape. No celerity activated.
You can hear it coming closer, Carter.
It's
Alex,
coming towards us.
yes, it's coming towards you. Alex and Arthur, as you get up the area, as you get up the fire escape, Alex, you can start to smell this scent, and it's incredibly strong, almost nauseating to you, as suddenly it finally hits you. Arthur, the scent is just getting stronger and stronger, and because of your heightened senses, you're able to more zone in on the area.
All right,
Ah,
I'll essentially be the compass to Alex and kind of point him in the direction of the smell.
Alex follows the point.
Right.
so you, Arthur, when you
Mhm.
get to a point edge of the walkway, you can see a symbol scrawled out in what appears to be blood along the wall. And Carter, you're beginning to hear the sounds of pawed claws starting at the edge of the alleyway.
Do I
I think I
recognize
forgot
that?
to specify, but I was following the wolf, Carter. So
Yeah.
That symbol. Do I recognize it, or at least what it could mean?
Do you have any streetwise?
Alex does.
I got none.
All right, Alex, do you want to
What do you
roll
put-
me? Do you want to roll me a wits plus streetwise roll?
Okay, so that's 4 dice.
You could probably burn willpower on this if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn a willpower.
Okay.
Arthur's a bookworm, not a street-going ritualist.
and
That's
that's
7
why we
dice,
don't
right?
let you make plans.
Yeah, that would be 7 dice.
What?
You can't make plans if you don't know the terrain.
I'm not sure about that. Nice.
2 successes. Alex, you recognize this as the International Squatter sign.
Of course he does. Well, that is the international sign for the squatters, you know? Don't ask how I know that.
Is this like
Fair deal.
hobo sign?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Carter and Ragtag, you start to see a form take shape at the end of the alleyway. A very large black and brown wolf charging towards you.
Are we able to see this?
So
Is this like
should
attack,
I
like,
roll for my cloak of the night because I mean I do typically walk around like that, especially when
you can.
we're on the hunt.
You can do that.
Okay. Like, because I didn't exactly call it earlier, is why I'm asking. 2 successes. Both 10s.
You managed to disappear. Arthur, with your heightened senses, you can see this form running down the alleyway. And Carter, as it's running down, you begin to notice that it's changing form. The legs of the wolf becoming more like arms and legs, its body and torso flattening out along the back and dorsal, and the head begins to remold itself into a human form as it stands and is still running. And a woman is now running at you, dressed as if she is not a tramp, but more someone akin to the early life of college and sort of more and flattered with a traveler's lifestyle. Very kitsch
Hobo
kind
sheep.
of.
Hobo sheep.
Yeah. Yeah.
have I ever seen her before?
No, you haven't.
And is that surprising or
That would be, yeah.
One other question. based on how she's running, is she running like to catch up to us, or is she running like aggressive to attack?
She's running aggressive, but it's more like that panicked aggressive of oh shit,
Okay,
somebody's in
so
my
it's more like
stash.
she's running from something, not after us.
No, she's running towards it with that sort of intent. Like
Okay.
oh shit, somebody's coming into my house.
Okay. Then I won't attack yet. I will wait until I know this is a fight.
Does
Are
she
you
see?
good?
I'm putting up Aura Sense. I need to get more info on what's going on.
And someone can contact Alex and Arthur because they were quite a ways away.
Well,
Do
I can
I-
see it according to
Yeah.
what Kyle said.
Do I see like what can I get out of my wolf form? Like what can I sense from? Like, does she
Now
see me? I'm guessing she sees me at this point.
yes. If you're trying to get like any sort of reading off of her, I'll need an empathy roll. So that's going to be a wits plus empathy. Arthur, for your aura sense, her composure is a 2.
Okie doke.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna roll that then.
So, all right. So,
Someone can inform Alex.
fuck me. That's horrid.
Yeah,
Nothing.
that is. Wow.
No successes.
Yeah.
Well, you had 9 dice, -2. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. No successes out of 9 or 7 is pretty bad.
That is, yeah, that's shit. That's what it is. I don't even
Alright.
see any.
Are you going to inform Alex as someone what's happening?
Yeah.
So just
Don't you see that chick over there running?
check.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one that. And Arthur, you see, it's a little bit confused because so you had Carter, and then he transformed into a wolf, and then you have a wolf, and then she transformed into a woman, and he's like, "What is going on?"
I've been kind of busy at the hobo sign, but Alex turns around and looks where they were pointing.
Yeah, Arthur does the whole like grab the sides of his head and.
Judging from how far away, how quickly can Alex get there with celerity?
It would take a couple of turns. And you got to remember for each turn that you use celerity, you're burning a point of blood. So
I have all 11 points. So
well, you had 11 points. You spent 1 for celerity to get up, so
Yeah.
you've got 10. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but here's the thing: even with Arthur moving your head round to look, you're just seeing blobs of shadows.
Yeah.
Because your senses aren't as enhanced as.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, like Alex punches in a text to right eye. You're right. Right. I can't see something happening. What's up?
I'm gonna guess that just depending on how fast this is happening, I just have to go with like pre-programmed, responses. So the response is wait.
Okay.
Please tell me that next two are
Although in
collaborate
the
and
future
listen.
we should probably get like some radio earpieces.
I don't think we're in 2005, so I don't
They
think
had
that's like.
radios back then. I promise you.
Oh yeah, radio headpieces. I thought you were saying like a Bluetooth thing. I'm like,
No, I
that's...
mean we had the ability back in the 2005 to they were more noticeable, but you could have an earpiece.
Hands free.
Yeah.
Has three sets.
You just had to have the wire literally hooked up to your radio or your phone, and people could see it.
That is true.
So Carter, there is still this young woman running hell bent towards the area where you guys are.
Is she? I'm guessing she's seen me at this point, right?
Yeah, because it's kind of
she-
hard. It's kind of hard to miss a giant black wolf with red eyes.
Is she? Is she charging me or just running?
She's just running to get there. At this point, it's hard to tell from the distance, given everything that's going on around. Given
All right,
everything.
I'm gonna turn back as she kind of approaches, and kind of stand like I'm incepting her. Like I'm not attacking, but I'm just kind of like looking at her as she approaches.
As you do that, she turns and she sort of half turns and stops, and you see claws drop, and she's just growling at you.
I'm going to move over to the side so that way I am ready to bum rush her as soon as this is. I'm going to give diplomacy a chance, but
I don't want.
Sorry.
I don't want this resort to violence, but I will if you force it. What's going on?
Have you turned back into your human form?
I am back in my human form. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that part. You're going into my home.
What are we calling them? We're wolves, right? Is that the technical term?
Gangrel? Or
No, we work for the prince and we work for Loki. What does that give us? We're
Hounds.
hounds. We're hounds of the prince. We were investigating some people being killed in the area. I picked up a scent of blood, kindred blood. That's why we were in this area.
That was me marking my territory.
The area isn't marked. Have you been killing? What's the technical term for humans again? It's
Kind.
Have you been killing kind in this area?
We all need to feed.
Pardon, I didn't catch that.
We all need to feed.
There's a difference between feeding and killing.
Look, I pay my tax to the prince. This area isn't claimed by anybody else.
Can I make a, like, is what she's saying true, or is she kind of breaking the rule? Like,
Are you trying to see if she's being deceptive?
no, I'm trying to think of the technical rules of this.
what is the law in the area? Do you kill mortals or do you try to avoid that?
There is no law specifically against killing mortals. It's you don't try to kill other kindred either by action or by deceptive action. So you don't hide your actions in order for you to be able to kill somebody else.
Sorry, let me turn off the voice mask.
Yeah,
you don't hide your you don't hide your actions in order to be able to kill another kindred. So
I'm
that
ignoring
nobody
that
knows.
rule.
Yeah. You don't openly kill another kindred, and without permission granted by the prince, and you do not mess with another kindred's haven.
But this area is not owned by anyone. This is
part of the Princeton. This is part of the realm of Chicago, but it's not subdivided into somebody else's control as a sort of fiefdom. So it's directly controlled by the prince.
The victims were kindred or kind?
Kine. Yeah. Kine. Kine.
Yeah.
The second question
Um,
I had was, in Vampire Society, is marking your territory a actual way of claiming it, or is this just like a gangrel thing that only they care about?
It kind of is a bit muddied when it comes to that. Gangrel can be the more gory when it comes to marking out their territory. um, most kindred do have some form of graffiti art that will tell you whose district you're coming into.
Like the more I hear about this, the more I'm like, this really isn't our like. Is this like it sounds like she's really not breaking any rules.
She's being stupid. And coming from Alex, that's saying something.
She needs
When
to tone it down, maybe.
When Alex is saying they're being stupid, you know shit's got real.
Just standing there, claws still at the ready.
Fuck it. Alex is going to make his way over.
Look, we need to talk this out. Then this is getting more complicated by the second. I kind of turn and start walking further into the alley.
She just stands there and goes, "We're not going into my haven. We are standing out here and we're talking about this."
Fine then. My group, who is looking into the blood, should be here soon.
Arthur will follow Alex to be part of this conversation.
So I'm gonna sit down at a distance that if she decides she's gonna lunge it off, I'll be able to get into position to defend myself. But I want to not be aggressive right now. Is kind of what I'm aiming.
Be
Not
aggressive. Be
not
aggressive.
not like I'm like, oh, please don't hurt me, but just I'm confident in my defenses, but I'm not being threatening like you are right now.
She jumps up on top of one of the nearby dumpsters and just crouches over the top of it. One hand right there on top of it, while the other one is pressing her claws into the brickwork of the building that it's pressed against.
I haven't seen you introduce yourself to the princedom. How long have you been here?
I've been here 17 years. I've made myself aware to the prince. I follow his edicts. Nobody has any sway over me.
We heard that somebody was hunting in somebody else's territory, but by the looks of it, this is not as simple as a squatter in somebody's hunting ground. So we'll talk it out. Odds are we'll probably just leave you alone to your business.
Right. So, who sent you then? Who said that there was a squatter in their area where nobody has made claim?
I didn't get the name. One of my companions talked to him, but we checked it out, and the more at least I'm seeing, the less I'm interested in doing anything about it.
Good. Because I don't think either one of us felt like gutting anyone tonight.
If we can work this out with words, I prefer that. And I kind of my claws lengthen, but I'm not going to activate the ability for like just a second. I'm like, I prefer to resolve that with words rather than claws.
Oh, goody goody.
Well, to be fair, She
Yeah,
knew
no.
I, she knew I could do it. I
I
could transform into a wolf. Of course I could do that.
think
That's
Alex
like
is gonna
somebody
like
who's like
her.
a triple backflip doing a somersault. I'm like, yeah, they can do that. I'm not trying to show off. It was more of just me making my point. Like,
Literally making your point. So if as the rest of you start coming over, you see Alex. Well, you see Carter standing in his little area. You see on top of a dumpster on the right hand side, crouched and dressed in hobo chic, a red-headed woman with claws, one sort of tensed into the roof of the dumpster, and the other one just sort of making like a cat, sort of clawing on a scratching post.
Into the wall.
Alex stops, looks over his shoulder, and goes, "Arthur, you didn't tell me she was cute."
let me introduce you to my group and the idiot.
I'm the idiot. Alexei, Akira, Trest. Both call me Alex.
So,
Just call him idiot. It's fine.
yeah,
Oh, idiot.
Alex, the more I'm hearing about this job, the more I think you're being called to do something that isn't our responsibility or our job to do.
Why? What's happening?
She's been
Jesus.
here. She's a squatter, but her area isn't owned by anyone. She hunts in this area because nobody else has a right to it, which I believe is correct as I look at the rest of for confirmation.
Well, fuck me.
All right.
It looks like I'm gonna have to bust some heads from wasting our time.
I turn to.
I am correct that this is really not our responsibility, and she's really not doing anything wrong. Like, I'm just thinking it through that, like, yes, she's hunting here, but like nobody actually owns this area. It's contested, so
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, let me turn off the voice mod again.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, like
I,
she's not doing anything wrong. I don't.
But
kinda
at
shrug.
the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean there's not a job here. It's just, do you want to take sides in the job?
no, this. I'm with Carter on this. There's no. We don't have a dog in this fight. We have no reason to.
Points at.
And
Well,
the funny
point.
thing is, so the funny thing is, he said he would give us this area and kind of hunting rights. He doesn't have that ability to
Yeah.
do anyway.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I'm gonna call it. This is not our concern. I just gotta ask if you're gonna continue feeding it. Less of the killings.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I was
it-
about to say the same thing.
Trust me. When I say something's a stupid idea, it's a stupid idea. Just try have some restraint.
And if you want to keep this area, and hunt in this area, I don't have a problem with it. But if kills keep showing up and people keep going missing, eventually they will call us here to do something. And I prefer that not to happen.
Right. The more you kill, the more you're gonna attract to the masquerade. And if the masquerade gets broken, that's when us or
Heads
maybe our
roll.
boss has to come here and deal with it. And that's not in your favor at all. Because the idiot can do some stuff, but you've seen this guy, and I point to Cutter, and this guy's on his day off, and he turns into a wolf, and you don't want that guy coming after you.
She does
So-
too, to be fair, Arthur. But
Yeah, but you can do a lot more than just turn into a wolf. But she hasn't seen that, so just like the idiot said, just restrain yourself a bit. Like you can suck their blood all you want, but just keep them alive.
Alex walks up,
I'm gonna kind of
smiles, gives
I'm
a
gonna kind of put my hand up as you try to pass me. I'm like, no closer.
Alex takes the hand, just gingerly moves it, steps forward and smiles. So, if you could restrain yourself, if not for yourself, do it for me. And he gives his best award-winning smile.
God.
Her face is very much like mine at that.
Well,
Anyways,
shrugs. Guess not everyone has taste. And walks
yeah,
off.
yeah. Arthur's like, okay, we said our piece. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna head.
Yeah, whatever. And he walks off with Alex.
I'm also gonna give her a nod and head on.
With that, she climbs, just straight up climbs the wall, and then runs along the rooftop towards towards where you saw the marking at, and then she just disappears.
Right, shakes his head. What a waste. I continues to walk.
You're gonna have to give that guy a call and tell him we're not gonna get involved in his.
Yeah, I'm just about to do that. Punches.
Oh, before you finish making the, I'm just gonna kind of really on my hand. I was like, remember, we don't even have to mention her at all.
Yeah.
We did look around. We found the person, but they're not breaking any rules, and we have no interest.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it seems like they wanted us to claim more territory for their sake, so you can
Well,
follow these guys either with the Carthian or with the Ordo. So
well, apparently they would give us the territory, but they don't have the response. They don't have the ability to do that. This is
on
contested.
top of that, yeah.
Yeah. Alex punches in the number.
Asshole.
Everything's sorted.
Oi, asshole! You sent us
Hello?
down here. You sent us down here when you have no claim. You couldn't give us the rights to hunt here, to hunt down a squatter who's doing no wrong. We've looked around, spoke to the person, and in my consider the job is done. Hangs up.
Beep, 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 beep.
Well, that's one way to handle it, I guess.
Alex is a little pissed off.
And here I thought we were going to get through this session without any drama.
I thought that was perfect.
So what are you gonna look into tonight? Give Loki a call and see if he's figured out anything?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
All right. Let me handle that call instead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm not sure what I want to do. I want to vent some frustration. This is a waste of fucking time.
Did he say anything before you hung up on him, or?
No. No.
Didn't give him the chance.
Hey, you should totally hunt here just to spite him.
Yeah, it's like pick up the phone.
I'm kind of full. I'm kind of full on that. The frustration. I need to vent to something else, but some might consider that hunting.
I think we should probably just stay out of it.
Yeah.
I am.
Better yet, this place is unclaimed. Maybe we're looking for a place for a joint haven.
It is kind of claimed, but.
Yeah.
I can think of worst areas. I'll ask Loki about it for the simple fact that this is contested, and I prefer not to stick our necks into another.
Yeah, I get that. But if
Yeah,
things, if it's so, if we get the all clear, we get our joint haven, and we flip the bird to that fucker who screwed us about. Win-win.
no, I don't think it's actually a good idea using this area for.
I'm just gonna give Loki a quick.
Too lowbrow for you, fancy pants.
Oh no, but the fact that it's contested and we're hounds means that we're gonna be bothered again and again and again, and that I don't have even the time for one more of these wild goose chases.
Yes, but anyone who messes with hounds is already pushing the limits of what they should be doing.
True. Still.
So
I'm
if we
gonna-
move in, well, you guys move in. I'm keeping my
Well,
place.
We
You
already
move in
have someone
and you
to worry
do-
about that. Sorry, go.
I'm gonna say you move in, and as long as you're obeying the rules and you're not attacking anybody, just for the sake of attacking them, then you let them come to you, and then you show them who's boss.
Why don't I get the feeling that Ragtag was glanced at Alex when he said that?
Well,
Let me put it this way. We are at the docks where we encountered Filthfoot, and the dogs are coming in and out with a constant frequency. I do not want to be close to a guy that strong so soon.
Well, in all fairness, if we moved it, I'm not talking about it right now. But when the shit's all settled, there's a possibility of moving it. Just put it to Loki that once we have things sorted, we would like request to have a joint haven in this area.
I have a very bad feeling that this problem won't resolve itself quickly, but I'll definitely bring it up to Loki next time we meet. I was gonna kind of shoot a quick text at Loki, and it's like, night freed up. Have you thought of any plans, or should we meet up and talk?
I know a place.
dude, that's a little harsh. Can you tone it down just a bit?
I know a place.
What's that, Daft Punk?
No, this is the voice for text messages.
Yeah, and it's going into the red on my levels.
Okay, yeah. All
I
right.
can hear you, but it's a little grating.
Yeah, sorry. All right, that is now off, and I am no longer going to be messing with that piece of tech for the rest of the night because, yeah.
Appreciated.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of sounds good. Send address, and I guess we get in a car and head out.
You get an address shortly thereafter, and yeah, it's a small little bar all the way out on the outskirts of town that is known for being one of the places that goths go to before they start making the rounds into the inner city and doing whatever they wish to do there.
What is this, Alex? Is this the Alex tour of pubs?
Yeah, so I get on my bike and head on over. I guess everyone else gets into the car.
Yeah.
You guys see Loki outside when you guys get there. You see Loki out in the parking lot, sitting on the roof of his car, just looking out at the street lights. Not smoking or anything, just people watching.
Pull up, kind of set the foot of the bike down, kind of lean on it, give him a nod.
Yep.
So tonight turned out to be an utter waste. Somebody was trying to get us to clean up an area that they didn't actually own. So
What area was that?
Down by the docks.
The contested area between, and I give the location.
Duodo and the Carthians have a beef there.
Who gave you that job?
I actually mentioned this before, so Ragtag would remember.
Yes,
Alex might,
if you told me the name, then I know who it is. But Andy
Yeah,
does
he
not
was-
remember.
I
Yeah.
told Alex probably forgotten, but he did at the night. I remember that the night he had been given the job, he told the group the name of, at least the name of the group.
So, the river snakes gave you that job?
That was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
There's a gangrel set up there doing some hunting, but she ain't hurting anybody except some
Kin.
kin.
Oh, Mary.
She seemed decent.
Thank you.
Really sweet kid. Actually went to high school with her.
Oh,
Huh.
wow.
So, yeah, the river snake's getting involved in that now. That's going to become even more contested.
Yeah, they told us that if we handled, and I finger quotes, the person that was poaching in their territory, they could set us up there. But it didn't take us exactly long to figure out that that was in no way what was going on.
Utter bullcrap.
Baloney. Yeah. Huge baloney.
All right. That's really funny. Because the river snakes is a coterie. Pretty much owns all the territory on the outskirts that runs along the river. Hence their name. And they're one of the largest coteries here in Chicago. And for them to move in on the docks means that they've either gotten tired of people fighting over that area, or they're just completely tired of being around the river. Either way, this is going to be fun.
Would it smooth things out? We were thinking of setting up a coterie base somewhere. Could we end things if we set up there? I have no interest of kicking her out of her hunting ground, but
Well, the way that I see it is this. My personal advice to you guys. You've got one of three options on resolving that currently, or you could take the fourth or the fifth. Well, it's quite obvious what the first three options are, but it's going to be quite interesting to do anything that way, given social statuses and what the implications of that could be seen as. The fourth way is, well, you just let that go and get Mary to move to somewhere else within the city. She tends to be quite agreeable if you point out something life-threatening to her that can happen. That's because of what's going on there. Or fifth one's kind of dicey.
I'm interested.
I kind of shoot him a look and look back at Loki.
Well, if nobody else is going to own it, and if you're not going to leave, what other option is there?
Take it for ourselves.
Bingo.
With three other groups fighting over it, though.
Sounds like a blast to me.
Oh,
Uh,
do we really want to be declaring a fight among a coterie and two of the covenants?
Well,
Mind you, we have one from Ordo, and I point to the mannequin Ragtag is holding.
I only do that when it's just, us. I don't do that in public. That would draw more attention to me.
This hovering mannequin head.
Yeah.
I
Completely normal.
like I said, that's probably in my opinion, and I know you guys don't really value my opinion for some strange reason. I think we should take it for ourselves. It could be a bit of an hassle at first, but once all the shit is settled, we'll have our joint haven, and that won't be disputed anymore, and probably be less of a headache in the long run.
How much do the other two groups want it?
Oh, I can't remember a time that it wasn't under contest, that it wasn't contested by them. I don't think Max can either.
Question. According to what I know about the area of Chicago, because I'm from Chicago, do any ley lines or magical routes converge near that point?
His secret map of secretness.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
3.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay. Arthur's like, wait a second. And you see this look like this interest also like, holy shit. And he like goes over to Alex. It wouldn't be the worst thing to take over that spot.
What is it?
Alex looks at you. This massive look of suspicion in his eyes. Like the fact.
Oh,
the fact,
you see like the biggest grin Arthur has ever had, or at least you've seen him just ear to ear, just like, yeah. We could
It's a combination of suspicion and shock. Wait, someone's actually agreeing with me.
Carter's like hands in his head, like, what is it? Why do you want this area?
I am taking into consideration your guys' argument. It actually sounds pretty good.
There's another reason. What is it?
There's always another reason. I'll fill you in later. Because and I kind of look at Ragtag. He's not gonna buy it.
Do you think she'd be interested in, or at least okay with, kind of sharing our territory with us, or would we need to convince her to leave?
As long as you don't cause a ruckus, I don't mind her sticking around.
I think that if we take over that place, but still allow her some form of independence and her to keep her haven, I think, and I kind of look at Loki, I think she might be okay with that.
Loki just puts on his sunglasses, lights up a cigarette, and lays back on his hood, just nodding very gently as he's still smoking away.
Like I feel like the thing she doesn't want is to be tied to anything. At least least amount of people, least amount of kindred possible. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Well,
I kind of look at, are you still invisible? Ragtag?
No. I
I
only go
just kinda look at
invisible
him
when I
like-
need to.
Okay. I look at Ragtag, I'm like, what do you think?
I don't care
Because
what
the
you
other-
guys do. Live wherever you want.
This is going to be our group haven.
I've got my
Meaning-
own place. I don't care where you live.
Why do the other two want that spot so much? Is it the hunting, or because it's decent, but it's not?
It's it's a combination of it's unclaimed territory. Even if it's an unclaimed territory, it's got good hunting points. The area reminds me of home,
And the
and
waterfront is always a good place for getting things in and out.
exactly. And then there's the whole middle finger to the water snakes. That's just a bonus, from my opinion.
Pissing off a coterie.
Yeah, I'm not sure we need to piss them off, but
I think that was already done by his phone call, so you literally can't get any deeper with them.
Uh, don't tempt Alex.
Like, challenge accepted.
Yeah, it's like I challenge you to piss them off even more. No, don't do that.
But Ragtag has no intention of giving up his haven, so you guys can set up wherever you want. He thinks it'd be amusing to watch you try to take over a territory. He might even help, but he's not moving.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, I need to put some more points into strength and brawl.
Well, I mean, if you guys can take on 13 each, that's something.
I can barely take on one.
Uh, when I was a human, I could take on that many, but I'm not sure about now.
no, that's a no.
Believe in
Oh.
yourself.
Believe in the Alex, believe in the ragtag that believes in you.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. But yeah, I mean, if you guys can deal with the river snakes and the Ordo and the Carthians, hey,
Is there any way we could? Well, not. Is there any way? But do you think the possibility exists to do this without even drawing like even one fight during all of this? Like do it in more or less a manipulative, sneaky way to kind of screw both the Carthians and the Ordo so that territory's up for grabs.
if you have to ask, you already know the answer.
I suggest we move in and let the chips fall as they may.
I suggest we find another area that fills whatever niche you guys want that isn't contested by 3 large factions.
I'm already decided that place is golden.
That's nice. Are there any other areas that fulfill whatever you're looking for?
Nope, just that one.
Oh my god!
This is Arthur being like really obstinate because
oh my
this
god!
is him being like super greedy.
Is this this Alex? Is this Alex rubbing off on Arthur?
Oh, he's like, nope, not budging. That place, that one, the one in the middle of the war zone, I want it.
I always do a good fight. Still got some pent up aggression from the last fight I had to bail from.
Well, we still have 2 other things that we need on the docket for before the weekend comes.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for us, Loki?
And any input on what's happening with, I kind of make like demon horns with my fingers, like.
Before we have to deal with the bulk of the people.
Well,
And
I got some weird stuff going on at a cemetery. Might be linked to them or not. But all I've got right now is just bare scant information in regards to something keeping people away from there.
Which cemetery?
One down off of 5th. So south side
So
of town. Well, it's still within
question.
city limits.
Is that the one where we dug out Mary?
No, that one was like outside of city limits. That was like almost 2 miles outside of city limits.
Okay, just double checking.
Speaking of the area where the phylacteries were, have you found a way to secure that area, or
Not
actually?
not fully. There's something going on there that Percy and I just can't seem to get ourselves around. And it's kind of weird. Like,
We know there's Aztec stuff in there. Would the wizards be willing to help?
Atlantean.
Atlantean.
well, yeah, they might be. I think if I give you my contact in their sort of law enforcement area, because you guys need to get introduced to them anyways, and I'll
Mm.
head out to meet them with you. That would have to be on a Saturday, and that would have to be this Saturday though, because that's the only time that this person is free.
I've got nothing planned.
Same here.
Yeah, I nod to that.
Squeaky's gonna find this hilarious.
Anything we should know about Squeaky?
Bring earmuffs.
Is this like a kink, or like is it useful?
Alex bursts out laughing.
You know, never mind. Don't bring the earmuffs.
do I get the idea that he was trying to fuck with us, or was it actually like meaningful information?
Make a wits empathy roll.
Okay, I do have motives. Does that count?
Yeah, that does.
Okay, so 1 extra die, so that's 3 and 3. I'm not gonna burn a willpower for this. Alright, 1 reroll. Nope, 2 successes.
He was being quite serious about that.
Okay, so you're like, okay, that's odd.
Does the guy talk in a high pitched robotic voice? You know, like
Squeaks
he's trying
is
to be
Squeaks.
fancy, but it doesn't really work because he didn't test it.
Shots fired.
The ST will remember that.
Wow, Rag is just like piling on notes for this too. All right. So about this graveyard. You said you heard scant rumors, right?
Yeah, it just kind of whispers through the networks. Nobody's gone missing around it, but it's just
Odd.
odd comings and goings. Especially since this cemetery has been shut down. Because yeah.
Any kindred with some affiliations, the lands? I know they like to poke around in graves. Or is it just random?
There's no Nuktuku in the city at all. So there's
All right.
nobody that would be, going in there digging up bodies and using the skin for leather. So, no, there's no real reason why anybody should be going in there.
Even more interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, tonight was a bust, so we might as well go over there.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All
Now,
right.
why do you keep saying it's a bust? You found a new home. You found a new fight. That's 2 wins for you guys.
Yeah, in all fairness, I'm happy. Possible new fight. And
Oh yeah, it was a bust, as in we essentially
Anytime you learn something new,
got
that's a
misled to
win.
do something for someone else.
and the fact that
Anytime you
me
gain something, it's a win.
and the scariest part of all this, me and Arthur agreed on something.
Actually, I do want to go back to the soul well. Is it that you can't get in there again?
Yeah, we can't get in.
How's your eyesight, Loki? Just random question.
Did you get to the weird turning left part where it's just a smooth circle?
Yeah, we got to that, and then there's a barrier.
So you could find the door, but the door wouldn't open because
Right, you guys couldn't get past the barrier with the Atlantean symbol, you mean?
Yeah.
Huh.
what would be the?
Did you try
The-
breaching charges?
But the others couldn't get through it either, but we could.
The person who couldn't get through it was Percy.
Maybe it's focused on blood potency.
But then there was that other bear, the ones chasing us couldn't get through.
Like we're all quite like, let's face it, grand scheme of things, we're all quite weak.
How many ley lines are actually asking out loud? How many ley lines are over that area? Because if we do manage to secure that spot, if we do set up our haven there, we could keep half an eye on it.
You mean the Well of Souls, essentially?
But like around there.
And Arthur will start thinking about that.
The only people that would really know anything much more about that would probably be your fellow dragons there, Ragtag.
I just feel like Ragtag doesn't know enough personally to comment on that, so therefore he's not saying anything. Because he literally only is involved enough to get what he needs.
You call yourself a dragon?
I call myself an opportunist.
Rock the dragon, Ball Z.
In Arthur's mind, what he's thinking is, well, the reason why that is because you guys do things halfway. But that's only his thinking.
Yeah, you literally can't insult me by insulting the Ordo because, like, I'm there as a means.
Oh no!
to
Again,
an end.
this isn't verbal. This is an insight to Arthur's thoughts. Because he's pretty much
that's
very
okay. He
devoted.
thinks that you're just one of those hippie mystics anyway. Like, he acknowledges that magic is real because it needs to be, but he still views it as an energy you learn to manipulate, whereas you put all your faith into it.
Well, that is something else we could go and see if we can get through that barrier.
Because if we can get through it, but no one else can, well, then you got your haven.
I don't want that haven.
I think we need.
That's contested space. I'd rather it be under the protection of someone. I don't want to live underground.
So, quick question about the demons, DM. it's only kindred that they would possess, right? When the pulse went out, or was it literally 7 people?
It was only kindred.
Okay. Then yeah, getting wizards involved in this is definitely a smart idea.
So I'm gonna turn to Logan and say, so when you get to the Atlantean symbol on the wall of the tunnels, there's these symbols. Were you able to decipher them, read them, write them down, anything of that sort?
It was just one symbol over and over and over again. And it appeared every single time that we hit the barrier.
Because
No, I mean the symbols on the wall of the tunnel. Did you see any there?
There were no symbols on the wall of the tunnel that we were in. We could see symbols on the wall on the other side, but that was all Percy's stuff that he hand carved into that wall.
Oh shit. Okay. That might be a problem. I think that's when we went over there. Percy wrote stuff on where you guys couldn't pass the wall, and we read through it, deciphered it before entering it. Maybe that's what's stopping the access. I'm not sure. It's only a fair guess.
Can you give me an intelligence plus comp roll?
Comp. Ouch.
Yes.
Oh.
Burn a willpower on it.
Sure. Can I burn a willpower on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because my comp is crap. There we go.
What you remember from the barrier is that
Mhm.
the barrier was actually before the writing. So
Okay.
you had the hallway, the barrier was there, and then beyond that was the Well of Souls and the
Okay.
entire and Percy's entire haven.
Right. Well, that's another mystery. Though you guys have been around more than us in this undead life, so I'm sure you'll figure it out.
How's Raphael doing, by the way? How's Pope doing?
Pope is Pope.
Recovering from the madness he went through, I hope.
Yeah, he is. We're slowly untangling the memories that they tried to screw him with. Which was a new part to that entire torture that I didn't know about. So, yeah. Little word of advice. Never get yourself into a situation where you get put onto the crosses there. Cause they don't just break your arms and legs and shift you into those things. They then have one of the Venture members of their church start messing with your head.
You mean like getting on their radar by forcing them to hand over their prized prisoner?
No, he means
No, he means I get what you mean. Too late to
Yeah,
do
I
anything
mean,
about
we
that.
know he's got his eye on us now, and he's going to find the first chance to grab us all.
they're heretics. Screw them.
I don't care about their personal beliefs outside of the fact that they want me for torture purposes. That's literally the only thing I care about.
And I mean, I'm into pain, but that's a bit much.
Has Pope is still under your care. He hasn't been given to Lance yet, right?
No. And
Okay.
if you ask me, I'm trying to keep him from ever going back into their care.
Oh
Because
yeah.
that's
Well-
Well,
I'll stake a guy and put him out into the sun on the orders of the prince, but fuck me, I will not put somebody into a cross and then mess their mind up so badly that it's just like they're left whimpering in a corner,
have you
not
got
able to remember.
And
to be
you kind of forced Solomon's hand. So again, remember, he's after us.
all I'm saying is that
Like hell, I care.
I agree, he might be, but also based on the words of the arrangement, assuming he can help at all, and by the sounds of it, he might, then his time has been spent.
Right.
But the
At
thing
this
is,
point,
more than anything, you made him lose face. You hurt his pride. He will now hurt our flesh. I'm just
to
saying.
be honest,
be ready.
we kind of we don't have immunity of any sort, but we are hounds of the prince, and I'm pretty sure
Again.
Solomon can't inadvertently stake us onto a cross and rip out our minds, because or else that would be like saying, "Hey, Prince, you hired these people. You know what?
I
I don't
just-
like that, so I'm just gonna screw them over so they can't do anything."
I just
Let's
look
also
to
Well-
Loki and say, is it or is it not a common practice to screw over your enemies without being caught?
Loki just kind of puffs away at his cigarette.
So
But anyway.
again, it doesn't matter what the laws are. It doesn't matter how much he's going to gain by being the nice guy. You forced his hand. A bunch of pups made him give up his prize. He will come
And I'm
for
proud
us.
about that.
we
You
also
can see Arthur grin once again, not as much as before, but grin like, yeah,
so
he's proud about that.
be ready for his revenge.
I agree.
There is no
Fortunately,
logicking through someone that stupid and that stubborn. You hurt
We
his
we got
pride.
bigger
So,
we
so
got
what?
bigger fish to
uh,
fry. Like
So
demons.
someone say something about me.
all I'm
You're
Yeah,
only
yeah.
a threat to yourself.
I don't know about that.
Like, I don't
I-
care how much you guys think you did the right thing or how much you think that your position is going to protect you. It is not. He can't come at you openly. He will come at you from the shadows.
Oh, obviously.
So
Arthur's
quit just
Arthur's not
brushing it off
stupid
as if you have the prince's personal protection on you. Because
Oh, no,
while we
no.
are
Arthur isn't that blind.
we are his employees. That just makes us targets to everyone who wants his position.
Yeah, Arthur knows that. He's not stupid to know, like, okay, we screwed over Solomon. He's not gonna remember that.
Alex is that stupid not to realize that.
Anyways,
this is why I don't want to live with you guys, because they'll just blow us all up together.
That's why you invest a lot into security.
Anyways, we have a graveyard to go and scout. So this night can be somewhat productive.
What are we actually gonna do tomorrow, though? Because to be fair, you won't be with us.
Yeah, I got a meeting with the family. We gotta talk some shit.
I'm gonna work on my wheels.
In your house?
Oh,
Yeah, shit,
crap.
never mind. Shit, never mind.
Yeah, we need that.
That's one reason I wanted.
I'll see if I can get. I'll see if I can get you. Talk to the building owner to see if she can give a garage or something.
I
Or
have a garage, but we're gonna have to figure out a way for you to get there quiet. Like, I prefer not to force what happened to move away. I put a lot of work in my house. This is why I think
Yeah,
the
me
coterie is
too.
a good idea.
all right. So
Look, Loki's just still sitting on it, just still laying on top of his Mustang.
I'm
hood,
actually just gonna kind of hold up my hammer, like I need a fucking smoke.
Alex pulls out his fags and like lights one up himself.
Loki just hands over a pack of Dajarum Blacks to you and goes, "Take them."
Yeah.
Tell my guys like, fuck.
and Alex is like, "You the Durham Blacks," and Alex pulls out some Marlboro Reds.
Let's get on our way. I think that's best for now.
Always a pleasure, Loki. Do you want to just hang out tomorrow, or are you busy?
I'm gonna be at the family meeting.
Right, of course. Well, you two have fun with that then. Ugh.
I'm just realizing how many maquettes we've met since the beginning of this. There's a lot.
And not one Dava.
No, you've met several Deva. They're just not as loud about it as you.
Alex is not loud about who he is.
No, that was coming from Loki. That was coming from Loki.
Well, I'm not that loud.
Yes, you are.
Well, let's get going. Alex grins. So he gets in the car.
He is a mark of his clan.
Oh, he's something, all right.
Yeah, we're still not
Ah.
sure what that something is. Yeah.
I love playing this guy. I love playing Alex so much.
So we're in Alex's car, right?
I mean, he's the only one with a car, so.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the cemetery.
Yes, and this is where we're going to leave it for the night, as our 2 hours have gone on to 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, we got started a little bit late, so it balanced out.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But-
I want to thank everybody who was joining us tonight. As always, we'll be back in a couple of weeks with the continuation of Vampire. You can see Kyle and myself on Geeky Side TV, where we're doing Trick Roll. That's the D&D show that I'm running every other week also. So that'll be the next episode will be coming out soon. As always, thank you and have a good night.